There's been a lot of new announcements in the figure world lately, so let's unpack some of the main highlights. This year's Smile Fest in Tokyo took place recently, and there were a lot of exciting figures on display. As expected, Good Smile unveiled some major upcoming Mikus, as well as some surprising love for the other Vocaloids too. Starting off with the World Is Mine update, this iconic look is finally being redesigned over 10 years later. Last time we saw her in scale form, she was lounging within a frame. This time, she's lounging in her throne. This being one of the most popular Miku songs and Project Diva modules, it's about time we got something new and fresh. Miku's Japan Live Tour Blooming, a series of concerts around Japan, had its main visual turned into a stunning scale. It was accompanied by a pretty impressive display of flowers plus an unpainted version. With all its vibrant colors, this Miku is going to be the ultimate floral centerpiece to our collections. On the collab front, we have yet another hit Sanrio partnership, which Miku is no stranger to. This time, Kuromi is at the forefront, joining the next Snow Miku. A little bit of a darker palette compared to your typical Snow Miku, as expected from Kuromi's influence. It's an adorableness overload, so of course this one is a must for us. The potential for more Sanrio collabs involving other characters, like this recent Family Mart Vocaloid collection, is definitely there. Another exciting collab for Lolita fans. We actually talked about the original illustration that this figure is based off of in our breakdown of the Teto Lolita figure, so check that out if you haven't seen it yet. Our prayers have been answered and we're finally getting a real Lolita Miku. She's wearing an actual dress from a Japanese clothing brand, faithfully recreated down to the very last detail. If you were disappointed by the last Lolita release, pre-orders for this one are open. Also on the way for Miku scales, the 2024 digital stars and the 10th anniversary expo scales were also on display by Hobby Stock, both up for pre-order now. Okay, are we sick of the Miku news yet? We've got one last thing to mention. Good Smile is coming out with the first Miku Kuji, featuring pop-up parades and nendos with a cafe theme by illustrator Kohaku Kuroboshi. Finally, getting to other Vocaloid news, the Kryptonoid gang is back with 2.0 versions of their nendos and updated looks. We just saw them all together as noodle stoppers from Furu, and of course, they look fantastic. Good Smile is acknowledging Teto again at last following her super successful nendo. Fans can look forward to her first pop-up parade, L-sized, up for pre-order right now and set for a December release. Speaking of pop-up parades, we saw sneak peeks of some others on the horizon, including some absolute classics. First up, we're going berserk for this XL upgrade of Guts with room for even more detail than before. Bloodier, bigger, and better. We hope to see Zod get the same XL treatment soon. Lane from Serial Experiments Lane's Nendo was just released in March, but it was a huge hit. So much so, they had to give her her own pop-up parade too. This one's probably gonna hurt in the aftermarket, so don't miss out when her pre-order goes up. Panty and Stocking's long-awaited second season is finally almost airing soon, and in timely fashion, we finally got our first look at the painted versions of the pop-up parades in two concepts: the L-size Repent version and the regular size Chibi version. Initial feedback seems to be mixed, but to be honest, we're just excited to get updates on these after what feels like forever. Other pop-up parade highlights: a Cardcaptor Sakura colored version, and a brand new exciting concept for Albedo, both being released next February. Plus, a super cool Revy from Blue Lagoon with a fantastic pose. We are definitely in the middle of a KAngel overload, but we're not complaining. Good Smile isn't slowing down anytime soon, it seems. They revealed an upcoming scale at Smile Fest based on her second Needy Streamer exhibition appearance, featuring an incredible sculpt. Plus, we also saw a promising prototype from Good Smile Arts Shanghai that we can't wait to see painted, as well as her first Figma. Don't forget, she also has pop-up parades on the way, including a bunny concept, and an ultra adorable cartoon version based on her internet Yamero appearance. Bless! The Nikke figure takeover continues. Volume and Scarlet scales may have just dropped, but Good Smile showed us so much more to get excited about. We're looking forward to the new Cinderella scale with some impressive sheen, as well as Dorothy and her nostalgia look. In case you forgot, we also have new Nendos and Nendo re-releases on the way of the Nikkes too. On the prize front, if you can't wait for Dorothy's scale, Furio just came out with her Noodle Stopper version. And Sega, with their You Memorize line, is bringing the girls in a much more dreamy and affordable form. For Square Enix fans, we got an in-person look at the scales of Nier's A2, Final Fantasy XV's Noctis, and a first glance at Fran from Final Fantasy XII, who joins Lightning in the Good Smile lineup. From Fire Emblem Awakening, we saw a 1/7 of Lucina on display from Intelligent Systems, which complements the brand new pop-up parades of male and female Byleth from Three Houses. We're super pumped that Fire Emblem is getting more and more figures lately. And from Good Smile Arts Shanghai, we got our first look at the joint scale of the characters from Persona 3 and 5's rhythm games. If you're too impatient, grab the pop-up parade of Persona 3 Reload's protagonist that just released recently. But that's not all from Atlus. The first Metaphor Refantasio prizes have just released from Sega, which will make a nice little addition to the already released Nendoroid. That wraps up the main highlights in the figure world lately and what we're most looking forward to. Let us know in the comments down below what you're pre-ordering first. Thanks for watching. Bye!